Go. Welcome to our New Year, New You workshop series. We are in our 7th week of 8-week series. And my name is Dr. Barbie Phillips. I am a chiropractic physician for people and animals. And I'm coming to you from Creation Chiropractic of Fargo, Oklahoma. My wonderful co-host tonight is Kathleen, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Good evening. Hello. How's everybody doing? I am Kathleen Oliveri, and I'm coming to you from Mississippi. I've lived in Mississippi my whole life, and I'm actually retired from Mississippi State University, where I worked in IT infrastructure and also taught classes at the College of Business. So tonight, though, what Dr. Barbie and I want to talk to you about is a pretty serious topic, and it's a hard topic to start talking about because it can be so personal, because it is the number one reason that most people do die. The number one cause of death in the United States is our cardiovascular health, our heart disease. So heart disease is our topic tonight, cardiovascular health. And to know that it's the number one reason of death in the U.S. is pretty astounding and sobering. So we definitely want to listen in, especially as I get older. I listen to more and more of the things that Dr. Barbie is telling me. That means about every 40 seconds, someone has a heart attack. Now, that doesn't mean that they die, but every 40 seconds, somebody has a heart attack. That's crazy in the U.S. And on the average in 2019, someone died of a stroke every 3.5 minutes. Every 3.5 minutes. So when I looked at those and thought about our topic tonight, I knew that I really had to listen in to everything. And I know Dr. Barbie next is going to be talking about some of the health factors. So what are they?
Kathleen, those are pretty tough statistics for us to hear. We definitely want to take heart and start making some health changes if it's necessary in our life, because we just never know what's going on the inside of our body. And so health factors that are in consideration for cardiovascular health is, number one, your smoking status. Are you a smoker? Are you a non-smoker? And then number two is body weight or obesity. Do you have a good body weight, or do you have some pounds to shed? And then total cholesterol. It takes your good cholesterol and your bad cholesterol and averages those out and gives us what kind of risk you potentially could have. Blood glucose or diabetes risk is also a consideration, and that can come from obesity and such things as that as well. And then physical activity. How active are you? Are you paying attention to making sure you're moving? Because truly, movement is life. We need to move. Number 6 on the list is our diet. That seems to be something that we repeatedly come back to in our workshop series. It's so very important. We need to pay attention to diet. And then number 7 on the list is our blood pressure. Are we maintaining a healthy blood pressure? Is it high and we're just ignoring it? And not necessarily is just go take a bunch of medications what we have to do. We want to think of, okay, why is our blood pressure high? Or why are we having issues with some of these other things? And try to do things as natural as possible is our goal. There are different types of cardiovascular disease. Some of these I'm sure we're very familiar with as a group, but coronary heart disease is the number one that we want to talk about. And that's a reduction of blood flow to the heart muscle due to a buildup of plaque in the arteries of the heart. And that plaque can come from various reasons, diet being a really big one of that. Stroke is another one. Damage to the brain from interrupted blood flow or blood supply to the brain. Sometimes there can be TIAs, which can be little mini issues, or there can be big strokes that cause further problems, damage, and even often long-term effects. Peripheral arterial disease is another one, and that's when the blood vessels have reduced blood flow in them to the limbs, our extremities, our legs, etc. are a big one. That's from fatty deposits and calcium buildups in the walls of the arteries. Once again, it goes back to those 7 cardiovascular health factors on how that might be affecting whether we have the potential to get that or not. And then aortic disease is another one, and that's when the valve between the lower heart lower left heart chamber or the left ventricle, and the main artery to the body, which is our aorta, doesn't work properly. And that can really cause issues with blood flow and blockages and such. So the big question, which is at this point, what we want to ask is, what can we do to try to avoid cardiovascular disease? Simple things, right? Starting out with choosing healthy foods and drinks like berries, whole grains, eating avocados, eat fatty fish and fish oil. How about healthy walnuts? They're very good for us. Consume occasional dark chocolate, eating leafy green vegetables, and eating good forms of beans. That doesn't mean the sugary canned beans and that we get, but healthy beans. Another thing is keep a healthy weight. Increased obesity increases the risk for cardiovascular disease. So do what we can to keep a healthy weight. Regular exercise is important. Aerobic exercise like treadmill, elliptical, or riding a bicycle is very important. They increase oxygen circulation to the body and blood flow, and that's very good for all our vital organs and our extremities and keeping our vessels healthy. The next one can be a touchy one, but it is simply put, and it's a true fact, which is don't smoke. Smoking is a very, it's very hazardous to our health, and it's hazardous to those around us. So I encourage you, if you are a smoker, to try to find a no smoking program and really work towards better health with that. It can sure affect our cardiovascular health. Make sure you're getting enough niacin, or B3 is the B that is, and that's to help maintain good cholesterol levels. We want to make sure we don't have too high of cholesterol in our vessels. And add pomegranate to your diet. This supports the smooth wall or the endothelial cells of the blood vessels, which can help maintain a healthy blood pressure. So we want those vessels to be able to expand and contract and not be locked down and not be able to function and be able to let that blood flow go through those vessels. And then a good one is make fresh juices in a juicer made from healthy vegetables and fruits. Organic is preferred. And drink those juices, whether it be daily, whether you do a juice cleanse on a monthly basis or even a quarterly basis is helpful. And that can clean out unwanted cholesterol and things in our liver and just help our organs and vessels be happy. And last but not least, of course, is add healthy supplements to your diet. And not just any supplements that you buy at any store, but ones that are going to be absorbable at the cellular level and actually do you some good. So in talking about supplements, I'm going to turn that back over to you, Kathleen.
We know, Dr. Barbie, after hearing some of the things that you said that I need to do or avoid, I'm feeling a little bit better about some of the choices I've been making. And then also, too, you gave me some really good ideas for things. It's the little things that really are going to add up and help me have a better, healthy lifestyle. And so thank you for sharing that. And so what I do in combination with doing a lot of the things, or I'm going to try to do most of them or all of them that Dr. Barbie talked about, the supplements that we are taking and that I'm taking, I feel also really good about my cardiovascular health and where we're going. So let me tell you about 3 supplements that I think you're going to want to know more about, and it can help your cardiovascular health. The first one, and if you have been around any of the weeks or any of our series that we've talked about it, this is my number 1 supplement, the go-to, the foundation for everything that I take. It's redox signaling molecules. And these are molecules made in our body, but they're stabilized outside of our body, and they help detect, repair, and replace bad cells. Well, I don't have to be a doctor like Dr. Barbie is to know that that's a good thing. If I have healthy cells, healthy organs, healthy body. And the results that we're seeing on the redox signaling molecules liquid, incredible. And it has clinically been shown to open up the genetic pathways for 5 different areas. And that would be cardiovascular is one of them. So it does help with our cardiovascular health, inflammation, autoimmune, hormonal, and digestion. But tonight we're especially concerned about that cardiovascular genetic pathways that this opens. So this, easy to take, easy to do. Love it. The other 2 supplements are come in pill form. And I want to talk about the omega first. You've probably seen in a lot of our different things about how good the omega-3s are for us to eat, consume. And if we don't consume them through our diet, supplements are the way to go. This supplement is an omega that's part of the VIA line that I take, and it is so good for us because it has pomegranate. And didn't Dr. Barbie just mention pomegranate? Yes, she did. And then it has EPA and DHA. And if you're like me, you're going, what is that? Well, I looked it up, and there's some long words. The bottom line, it has EPA and DHA, which are two different omega-3s that we need, and they're in here. So that's what I like about it. The source of this capsule is really what's important too, because like Dr. Barbie said, don't just go out and buy supplements. Make sure that they're quality supplements. Otherwise, you're just throwing your money away and it's not doing you any good. And that's the main thing, is it helping you? And this is sourced from very fresh catch of fish. And in fact, they even trace it back to the boat that the fish was on, and they know each lot where it comes from. So in other words, we are serious about making certain we source the right ingredients. So this you can feel very good about. The next thing that I take is on the VIA line as well is Source. And this is a great product because it's what I call the general multivitamin. But specifically, there are some things in here that Dr. Barbie shared with us: pomegranate, berry juices, and a whole lot of whole food greens. Now, again, where's this sourced? How is this sourced? And it is sourced from whole foods, not necessarily chemical compounds that mimic whole foods. It's sourced from whole foods. So the capsules that you take, you can really feel good about the quality of the supplement that you're taking. It also has the niacin and B3, and that's also something that Dr. Barbie mentioned. But it's not just niacin and B3. No, it's in whole food form. So this you can feel very good about because of the quality of the supplements and then actually what's in them to help us feel better. So we know that these two products definitely have the ingredients and the foods in them that Dr. Barbie was telling us about. And we don't want to end up a statistic. Like I first mentioned, knowing that this is heart disease and cardiovascular disease is the #1 reason of deaths in the United States. And so if I can do a lot of the things Dr. Barbie said, plus take these two supplements, Source and Omega, as well as the foundational ASEA Redox, this is definitely what I'm going to do. Now, Dr. Barbie, what else can you add about this? Oh, I do want to say that the supplements that I just mentioned do not detect, they do not cure, prevent, or diagnose any condition or disease.
Thank you, Kathleen. The one thing that I like to let people know about our workshop series is our goal is to truly educate and bring health and wellness information to the homes, things that you can actually do on your own, share with your family. And as far as the supplements go, I wish we could get what we need to from our foods, but our foods just are not what they used to be. And so it's important that we do supplement with good quality nutritional products, because we just can't get what we need in the foods. And like Kathleen mentioned, you could buy things at the stores, but they're not going to be necessarily whole food products. And there's a lot of things on the market, but the ASEA company has really done the research. They are only putting things out on the market that the science is behind. And we can personally, Kathleen and myself, attest to the benefits of these, because we've both been taking the ASEA product and some of their products over the last 3 years. And I am seeing so many benefits with my clients. So don't wait, jump on board the wellness wagon with us, and baby steps. Baby steps is all that we encourage you to do. And then one day those steps will turn into a bigger picture of health and wellness for you and your family. If you want to catch up on some of the previous workshops that we've done, you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, Barbie Phillips, Kathleen Oliveri. You can reach out to her. We do also have a YouTube channel for Creation Chiropractic. So please go back, look at some of that information and see how you can improve with some just small tips for you and your family and improve your health. We are going to be bringing to you next week, our final week, our 8th week in this series. And I might say that the topic is going to be staying healthy, wellness that extends to the cellular level. And when we talk about being well, there's so many things that can be contributed to that. But when you talk about wellness at the cellular level, that's a whole new ball game. And so we are going to end our 8-week series with that. And then we want you to stay tuned because we've got some other things up our sleeves that's going to help you on your wellness journey. Kathleen, any ending thoughts?
I'm just so thankful that you shared this information with me today, Barbie, because I know that I'm going to do better, and the goal is to educate. And every time I watch one of these or participate in this wellness series, I'm very much educated. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we wish everyone a great rest of their week. And until next time, we will see you same time Tuesday next week at 6:30 p.m. right here.
Yes, y'all have a great week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.